I don't think our season could really be going any better right now. If it wasn't for that one bloody defeat that we got in there, it could have been perfect, I suppose. But needless to say, we are top of our Champions League group after battering Bayern Munich 3-0. We beat them. That's the main thing. Today, though, we have to turn our attention to trying to figure out if we can actually win our Champions League group at the first attempt, as well as trying to maintain this 100% record in the league. Surely both of those things cannot happen today, right? If you have been enjoying the series up to this point, do be sure to smash a like. That would be most fantastic. Do it for Christopher Carlson and his great big head. So just to briefly catch you up, this is the league table. It's actually kind of disgusting to look at. In a way, I shouldn't really... I don't know if this is even allowed to be shown, this kind of filth on YouTube, to be fair. It's outrageous. 30 goals scored in 12 matches is decent. It's the 4 goals conceded. Defences win titles. And this year, our defence is winning us the title. Now, obviously, there's a long way to go still, but we are 8 points clear of FC Copenhagen. That's not a position that teams find themselves in ever. So for us to be in this position and to have 12 out of 12 is actually kind of staggering. Everybody's just been pulling together and doing a wonderful job. But those defences, the amount of clean sheets this season have been ridiculous. And I really do want to see how far we can push this. And hopefully we'll be under... I want to be under 10 goals conceded by the time we get to Christmas. That's my plan for the end of today. And then obviously Champions League 2, which is not where we start our attention, interestingly. Still one of the most baffling things I've seen. Rafa Valencia is frustrated at not being able to pursue a move to Club Deportivo Popular Junior. He's frustrated. He is unsettled because I won't let him go to Colombia. Mate, you're playing in the Champions League. What is wrong with your brain? Very influential player. Doesn't matter how important. I just want to leave. Mate, what is this? I'm just going to have to annoy him. It's just kind of mad to me that a player that's playing regularly for us, scoring loads of goals, generally speaking, and in the Champions League is now getting unsettled because of a move to Colombian sides. Like... surely we're better than that, right? I'm a bit concerned about how that's going to affect his form, though, because unfortunately unhappy players do have an annoying habit of training poorly and playing worse, it seems to be. So hopefully he'll get that out of his system really quickly. It's just baffling that that's the case. Usually you don't see that kind of thing when you're in the position that we're in. Usually, if it was like Chelsea, then fine, I understand. But really? Club Junior? But today, it's all B. Struggling side in the league. We need to keep this going. Obviously, fitness levels are appalling, so we're going to have to reject. We're going to have to, yeah, resting will happen today. I actually think that's a pretty solid lineup, to be fair. Madon Saylor can come in and play further up for this one. Samson is finally back fit, which is great. We have Breda and ARC in the middle too with Boyce, and then obviously a relatively strong backline, to be fair. Catalano can come in for Terry Clotey for today. He's not been spectacular by any means, but he's a body, and he occupies a space on the pitch. And that's all we can be thankful for. But I know some of you wanted to see Boston candidate since he's kind of just burst onto the scene this year after signing for us. Well, I think he signed in January last year. Did okay as a substitute for a little while last year. This year, due to injuries and whatnot, he's found himself in the team a lot more than I was expecting, to be honest. I really like an inverted winger or an inside forward training to play in the central midfield with this system. I suspect that the gets into opposition area thing really is helping him a lot. But the fact is, this season, 6 goals already. He's bang on his XG or slightly above it, which is really, really nice to see. He's one of the guys that's just really leading the line. A lot like Peter Breda did at the start of last season. Is sort of where Canalettes has come in. Now, Breda's had injuries, and we've had a few of them ourselves, but that's definitely allowed him to get more football this year. And, well, I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon, and that value is extremely spread out. All good runs of form come to an end. It is expected at some point this season, very soon, most likely, probably today, we're going to have a game where we still play really well and just don't get the result we deserve. But at the end of the day, that's fine. That's what having an 8-point gap at the top of the league gives you the privilege of, you know? I wouldn't be at all surprised if that happened today, honestly, because we have got a rotated side out there. There's a lot of weaknesses in various parts of this team, as Orby get an early chance from a corner, but it's been quite dull so far. Just missing those few key players in this team, especially Carlson and a few midfielders and whatnot, and also Terry Clotey. What he offers us in that wide position is just utterly invaluable to this team, and it's so damn important when he's here. Madon Saylor, here we go though. Little shuffle ball through for Valencia. It's a good first touch, and that is actually a phenomenal finish. He might be pissed off with me at the moment for reasons unknown, but nevertheless he has scored, and it's Siriusca 1. Come on, great finish. Grateful for it, but you need more than that. Particularly with the space that's just been emerged in the middle of the park there as Hansen's throw, and it's a brilliant effort there from Andreas Hansen. That's been coming. Orby have not been great, but then neither have we, and I think Makacek could have done better, but it's 1-1 and deserved. Oh, this is a good angle for Samson here. Go on, Hassan. Oh, it's a good save. By the wall. It's a big collective save. We do it as a group. Jukanovic just fired one out for Samson, who's peeled out wide for some reason. They are all over the shop at the moment. Maybe we'll lose our markers because of it. Back for Turnerson. He's playing as a wing-back. Go on, Jakob. Big cross now, buddy. Wait, hang on. He's actually going to... Go on. Go on. Oh, nearly. He's usually just there to cover off if they think, what a strike from Madon Saylor off the crossbar. Bloody hell. Yeah, I mean, we've been technically slightly better. We got a few more chances, I guess. Better possession. but it needs to be more. We might have to just switch to through the middle for the second half, I think. On the plus side, FC Copenhagen are still not winning their game as well, so that gives us a little bit of help as Hansen's back into space again, and incredibly has scored. Orbi2, Sunny... What did I tell you? Orbi2, Sunny has scored 1. He's just ducked inside the defender and scored. See this coming from a mile off, couldn't you, really? I mean, then again, you can hardly complain when we've won 12 in a row about dropping a better points at random. But, hey, there's still the whole second half here, really. And Valencia's in again. Go on, Rafa! Oh, dear. That was a big chance, honestly. Has to get that on target. Well, I mean, this has just been disappointing to the nth degree. We've just not been able to get anything going, although Valencia's broken. Throw and Rafa Valencia's missed again! Oh, Rafa, please! Chances like that cannot go begging as often as they do for him. Those ones are so clear-cut. Ilko's ball in, it's an easy clearance. We'll keep the pressure on, trying to find that equaliser, as FC Copenhagen have now taken the lead. So it's now 2-0, in fact. The gap would be cut back to 5 points were we to drop the points here. And it's just... it's actually 3-0 now. Bloody hell, they've really kicked off there. If we could just get a late equaliser to earn the draw, it could mean a lot later down the line. Williams, out wide for Sumare, pops it round the side, and it's nearly all the way through, but again, the pressure does remain on them. Ilko now playing as a wide centre-back for a little bit. It's really a terrible decision for my part, but what can you do? Catalano. Oh, scythe down nearly. Pops it back inside for Dimitrov. All the way through, and it's in the back of the net from Madon Sailor, and surely that's going to count. I don't see how anyone could be offside there. Madon Sailor might well have just bailed us out a point here, and a crucial one at that, in the circumstances. I think without Christopher Carlson, it's really cost us. There we go. Orbi 2, Suriuska 2. I mean... we only just about edged it in the end. I think we were still the better team, but Hansen was just that little bit better in the right places. He scored a screamer and then got that lovely piece of control in the box that just got the result for them there. Really, our first drop points of the season. But what can you do? It happens, right? Obviously, with FC Copenhagen scoring 3 goals in the last 15 minutes, that one is done. So, of course, the gap now does drop back to 6 points. And obviously, Nordic are not entirely out of this yet. The gap between them... it's only 9 points there. So, I mean, this is still not done. As much as I was, we're going to win the title, there's still plenty of room to balls this up if the performances start to drop off and FC Copenhagen find that gear that we know that they could potentially have. We've just got to keep trying to manage this gap and hope that it doesn't get too bad. But we do still have to play FC Copenhagen again today, in fact. So, it could get a lot worse before it gets better, potentially. Why am I even saying that? We've literally unbeaten after 13 matches. We move! Husum, ball across, and Bexel's there. Their first shot of the match. No, first chance of the match. I don't believe this. What is going on? We've been dominating. Cloty, down for Brainer. We have to turn this around. There's just no excuse. Ball in. Carlson. Oh, good save. And on the rebound, Christopher Carlson pops it over the line. 18th goal of the season for him. And there's our equaliser. But what are we up to at the moment? We've got to get this going again. Sibilica. Samson popping it through for Valencia. Good first touch to set himself. Must score. And he does. Great finish from Valencia. We take the lead here away at Violet. And that's surely going to count. He's miles offside. Well, we may well have won, but Valencia managed to hit the post 4 times in this game. And Carlson twice himself with a header. But Valencia's, it's... oh, thank God we got the victory is all I can say. But it is starting to get a little bit tetchy in games like that. But Carlson and Valencia do get the goals. And that is the main factor. But Jesus... just seeing that amount of post hitting, like we've really struggled in the last 2 games against the bottom 2 clubs. But I suppose it is important to sort of temper it again, because after all, it is 14 games unbeaten. We still remain 6 clear of FC Copenhagen. But look, they just put 5 past Brumba, and then obviously Nordsjælland with 5 past Midtjylland as well. They are not letting this die by any means. We're far from out of the woods yet. We need to keep winning matches. And I mean, I don't know. Like, end of the day, we've won 13 out of 14 league games. I was going to say, what more can you do? Win 14, I suppose. But like, we're still doing fine. But I would still like to see us put in a good performance here. Valencia's got this here. He's not going to be able to shoot or do anything, but he can hold this ball up for Boyce and await the arrival of the cross, potentially. Randy Boyce. The cross needed to be a big one. Firing it over the top there, and there's actually a bit of space for Schwanzhou now, and it's Makacek versus Schwanzhou, and it doesn't matter because it's 1-0 Bayern Munich. That's how quickly things can change. A poor pass at one end leads to a goal at the other, and Bayern take the lead. Ball back across. And they've scored. Yeah, I mean, that was sort of coming on that play. We're making mistake after mistake and not making them pay for theirs, and they've made us pay for ours. 2-0 Bayern. Iseda, ball in. Cleared away. Is there a chance for a break here? There is, actually. Canlitz has got it. It's 3-on-3. We just need the right pass now, Bostian. Find the ball. That's a great ball for Kasper Szymanski. And he's scored, not Kasper, Kamil Szymanski. It's 2-1. We're back in it at the Allianz, and that will at least hopefully help our head-to-head against them if it matters. Plenty of options in the middle. We just need to find that one little... oh, that's a shocker. Horrendous tackle. And Schwanzhou, the striker, is red-carded for Bayern. Boyce pops it through. Madon Sailors round the goalkeeper. He's missed the goal. Oh, no. Come on, Sifalele. Well, in the end, the 10 men were able to hang on, unfortunately. It's a real shame. They basically did nothing after they scored their second goal, apart from get a red card. We fought our way back into it. It wasn't quite enough there in the end, but that does at least help us on the head-to-head with Bayern. If it was to come down to that, we would obviously have the beating of them with that. And that does make things very interesting in this group now, because Club Brugge now do find themselves right back in this battle, technically. But there's still a way. We can still not qualify out this group if it starts to go really tits up for us from here on out. But what we do know, of course, is that if we do win our final 2 matches, we will qualify. In fact, we even have the propensity to drop points and only take... Yeah, we could actually take a draw, and it wouldn't matter now because our head-to-head against Bayern would be superior. So if we were to get a draw with Brugge and beat Lens, that would be enough to see us through, even if they were to win both games. And that is a good position to be in. Breda dinks it. Turnesson's header off the crossbar and in. Woohoo! That's some header from Jakob Turnessson. Second goal is so important, given what we've seen from us randomly lately. Breda back for the ball across, and oh, that is such a nice pass from Valencia to Christopher Carlson to slot it over the line. But Valencia does that so well sometimes. Valencia with a chance to wrap this game up and grab another goal for the season for himself. Slots it down the middle. Lovely finish from Rafa Valencia, making that his 13th goal of the season. Not bad at all. Fires it over the top for Rafa Valencia. One touch, he's going to struggle to score from that distance, but he's got plenty of bodies forward. Catalano's one of them. Breda! It's a great finish from Peter Breda. It's 4-0, and Roberto Catalano gets the assist. This is more like it, and FC Copenhagen are still drawing their game too. Massive result for us there. That's more like it. We really did need that just for a confidence boost. Like, I know we've won that game against Weiler, but just to prove that we actually could go out there and absolutely hammer someone again, that was really, really nice to see. He needed that massively, as Brumbo are really sloppy, and they actually have the worst expected points in the entire league, so expect them to keep dropping. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter, as both Midtjylland and FC Copenhagen, would you believe it, they won. So the gap remains exactly the same at 6 points. This is the thing, when you look at their season so far, I believe it's a 32-game season, if I recall, in Denmark. We're not even at the halfway stage yet, so let's just assume that FC Copenhagen are probably going to do quite well in their remaining match, and say they win that. At the halfway stage, they'd have 40 points, which is an insane amount, because that would be averaging out for an 80-point season, and they would be second, which I think just goes to show just how good our season has been so far. Though we're actually averaging out for a mid-80 points finish at the moment, and that's how good you have to be, apparently, to beat FC Copenhagen. You really just need to have a basically flawless season, and I don't think we will do. If anything, I think the gap's going to be a lot smaller by the end of the episode, because we've still got to go to Copenhagen, and I don't get the feeling that we're going to be able to grab the win there. So this is going to get tetchy, my friends. Now we have a nice international break to rest up a little bit. Random cup match in there too against Brøndby, so it's all looking good for us still. Pretty straightforward 6-0 trashing in the end. Played a relatively first string squad because we had this was during the international break as well, so we had plenty of time and made sure that despite some players being missing, made sense to play as many strong players as we did. Pretty standard really. Valencia and Madon Sailor grabbing some goals. John Diaz got one too, so did Szymanski. 6-0, through we go. Shivalitsa down the side of the boys. Can we get an early goal here? Oh, it's a lovely little flick on there, and Carlson's in there off the bar. Lovely, lovely header from Christopher Carlson, peeling away, and we take the lead at Midtjylland, and this could be a huge one just to keep that pressure on. Oh god, Ido's lost it, and he's been tripped up there by Hawkins. So that's what? Are we implying he... Hang on. What? They're implying he was the last man there. I want to check this. We're saying this foul here is a professional foul, and that's because he's the last man. As if this guy isn't going to be... That feels extremely harsh. They're nearer to the halfway line than they are to the penalty area. To me, that is a joke of a decision that that is a professional foul and he's the last man. He's denied a clear goal scoring opportunity, has he? With that there. Not for me. It's popping it in, and Valencia's shot is in the goal. It's 2-0 to Sunniuska. I think he's onside there. It's 2-0, and that is a massive goal with the 10 men. Turnessson needs to win this, and he actually does brilliantly. Oh, go on, Arboleda. Oh, what a strike. Luis Arboleda's first goal for the club, and the 10 men are 3-0 up away from home at Midtjylland. Take that. The others are both winning as well, but come on, we're still doing our job. Well, an impressive victory then, and we deserved the win. We were still the better side here. The fact that we scored twice after going down to 10 men, and for me, that was such a soft red card that I just don't see how he could be denying a clear goal scoring opportunity from there with so many players around him covering who are actually more advanced than he was. But there you go. And needless to say, hopefully we can appeal it or something, and we've got ourselves a 3-0 victory, so we'll take that massively. But once again, FC Copenhagen and Midtjylland both win. They are just unstoppable at the moment. They've got 40 points at the halfway stage of the season, and they're 6 points off the top, which just goes to show how good we've been this season and how good we're going to need to be if we're going to get this title over the line. They're actually performing at a higher rate of points than they were last season when they won the title with a well, it's just insane. So there's a lot of work that still needs to be done, but we've just got to keep managing it. Unfortunately, our next game in the league is against them, but we do have Club Brugge, no, Lens up next, which is must win. It's lost out though to Jukanovic. Bit more space for Carlson. Right, there's the run. Valencia is going to have to use his right foot. No, he goes back to his left. Oh, that is gorgeous. Really nice play from Rafa Valencia there to get it onto his correct foot and then find the chance to dink the keeper to take the lead. This should hopefully be allowing us to get that qualification. Oh, Fowie. Oh, hello. Bit of space, actually. Sabotage. It's a tight angle, though. Oh, you stupid man. Well, we've given Lens a route back into this game, and now they've taken it. It's Sunioska 1, Lens 1. They've lost every game in this group. We cannot allow this one to slip through. This would qualify us if we win. The second half needs to be a case of us killing the game off and not trying to force our way back into it. Boyce, round the side for Dimitrov. Square it, please. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's 2-1 to Sunioska. Lovely pass from Daniel Dimitrov and a lovely little finish there from Petr Breda. Almost a forgotten man at times this season, despite playing a lot. 2-1. Fire one over the top again as Valencia's broken the back line. Could he potentially kill the game? He's gone around the keeper and he does it easily. 3-1 to Sunioska. 18 goals for Valencia. He's now tied as our top scorer with Carlson. That's really saying something about how he's come along this year. Around the side for Breda. Back for Valencia. Could he get the hat-trick? Of course he can. What a first half from Rafa Valencia. Now takes the lead in scoring for the club, and it's 4-1 in the first half to Sunioska. This is huge. Oh, I don't think he's going to shoot from here, but he can still turn provider here, could our ARC. Back across the Boyce. So many bodies in there. Whips it through, and it's popped home by Breda for 5 in the first half. Woohoo! Sabotage. Down the right. Whips it through. All the way in, and incredibly, Lens have got another one back. It's 5-2. Popping it through the side here. Sumari, he's got Valencia in the middle. Could he find it? Valencia's on it again, and he's got a 4th goal. Wow. Hasn't scored 4 goals in a game since, well, the second game he played for the club. It's 6-2 to Sunioska, 4 goals for Rafa. 6-2 in the end. You'll obviously see that Lens massively came back into this, especially in the second half. But the reason for that was at half-time, I put the tempo down to the lowest possible. I put the shortness of the passing on, and just basically decided to kill the second half. I made 3 subs at half-time to freshen up the squad, and just decided to sit on the result because we were basically guaranteed the win to save our legs for the FC Copenhagen game. So that's why they came back into it. Still scored with it, though, which is impressive. Valencia with 4, Breda with 2. But more importantly, Brugge got the draw at Bayern Munich. So as a result of that, we are winning the group no matter what happens. Absolute scenes. That late goal from Chihab, followed by the Rodriguez red card for Bayern, means that we have now won the group with a match day to spare. I would never have thought that we were capable of winning the group with a match to spare, in this group particularly. And of course, we'll have the draw coming up at the end of the video. So that's going to be very tense. Denmark's doing really well in Europe this world, by the way. FC Copenhagen are smashing their Europa League group, and we've got 3 other sides in the Europa Conference League groups. 2 of them are doing really well as well. Incredibly, the board have just come to me and asked it to improve the wage budget. Usually when they come to you about this stuff, it's like, hey, we want to give more Mars bars in the vending machine. And I'm like, couldn't we use that money for something useful? And the board are like, yeah, but we feel like we like some Mars bars. But today, apparently, they've actually woken up and chose excellence. Let's see. How much they give us is a very different matter. Wait a minute. All right, then. Fair one. I mean, it's like the equivalent of just dumping £2 million in transfer budget into this club. So fair play. I wonder if I can ask them for more transfer money while I'm here. We need some of that rich form that Valencia's in to pay off today. What a ball. The youngster's through on goal. He's gone round the keeper and drills it home. And it's 1-0 to Sunioska away at Copenhagen. And it's ARC. The young Romanian just became an international. And that is such a huge goal. Now, of course, FC Copenhagen rocking a new keeper this season as a result of the retirement. Atea's thrown our man to the floor there and it immediately slams them back level. Islam Atea rolls the centre-back 1-1. Not really deserved, honestly. They've not been good so far, but we'll take it, I guess. Okay, we need a ball back inside for someone. Valencia. Back for Terry Clotey. Somebody make that run. Whips it through. Carlson! It's scored! It's gone in off the crossbar. It's a brilliant header from Chrissy Carlson. Chrissy has woken up here, and that is a 2-1. Come on! Fuchslong. Put it back inside. There's a bit of space emerging, though. Silva's in, gets it across his body, and it's a brilliant effort there from Silva, and I think that is onside as well. Diaz brings it out of that, though. 1 minute to go here. If there's a goal here, it could change everything about the face of the title battle this season. Fernandez now. To Valencia. Firing it through the channel. Oh, God. Turnisson's just run underneath it. I don't know what he's trying to do there. Totally even game for the most part, really, up until right at the very end where they had that big chance, and we've somehow ballsed it up with Luis Silva, and then... Well, no, we haven't. I mean, we have, because it was just one piece of stupidity from the defending. I don't know why he's doing that. Just track the ball. It wasn't like some brilliant passing behind. It was just a lumped pass. And it's cost us the result there. And not only that, it's also cost us 3 points of gap in the league. And this title race is back on now, unfortunately. We weren't great in terms of chances, but we did still have... What we did have were good. That is irritating as hell. I think we deserve more from that game. Our first defeat of the season comes after 17 games, but now what could have been a 9-point gap is now a 3-point gap. And all of a sudden, it doesn't look anywhere near as secure as it did before. And I don't think this title race is over by any means. I reckon this prediction, friends, from me right now, come back to this later in the season. I reckon we lose the title this year despite scoring over 80 points or something ridiculous. It'll be some mental number that was already mental last year. It'll be even more mental this year. The board have just agreed to give me more budget. This is decidedly interesting. Remember, 2 million was what it was set at once I shuffled the wage around a little bit. If this goes up to like 4, I'll be very happy. 4.5. You know what? That's very tasty. 4.5 million in transfer budget and another 37,000 in wages. We could actually make some January signings, incredibly. I wasn't expecting that. Next episode just got a lot more interesting. Well, looky here then. We need something to cheer ourselves up, and hopefully that is gaining more points in Europe, which is just good for cash. We need the extra cash. Denmark's smashing it coefficient-wise. Some of you are wondering how, if us and FC Copenhagen are doing so well in Europe over the last couple of years. Is Denmark doing well? No. We were 12th at the start of this season, which is still good, but it's nowhere near the likes of Sweden and Norway, who were up as far as like 7th and 6th at times. However, with the way things are going at the moment, Denmark provisionally would move into 7th spot. So it's all actually going relatively well. And I want to continue that today, just because we need a bounce back after that horrendousness against FC Copenhagen. It's exactly what we didn't want, was that result, really. It couldn't have come in a worse way as well. So why on earth is he doing that? Yeah, he's gone back to putting Madon Saylor as our striker, ignoring the 19 goals, of course, that Carlson's got this season. I will put Madon Saylor in for Dimitrov, though, so we got a pretty strong lineup out there, really. It's one of the best we could have, I'd say, up there with the most, other than maybe if Jokanovic was... Actually, Jokanovic could surely come into this... I don't know. We'll let him make that choice. Jokanovic plays plenty anyway. That's a very strong lineup. It should be enough for us to get the result. So we wanted to see Jakub Bluskov and see how he's getting on. Obviously, he's 18 years old now. Not quite the 5-star potential talent that perhaps he once was, but he's still a very capable player in this team. He's just maybe not going to quite... Then again, if he keeps getting football, he surely could reach some decent heights, and that would still be a very good player in our team, let's be honest. It's just that perhaps it's difficult for him to get the football. But I do like having those homegrown players around a little bit, so it's difficult to send him out on loan for the same exact reasons, because I want to keep him here so he counts and stuff for Europe. It's a tough one to develop, but he does need more game time. I know some of you wanted to see Samson too. I'll show him in the next video, because he's not actually in our squad at the moment, because he couldn't be registered for this. Not that it's really counted too much against us. It's allowed him to play loads of league games. Now, technically, there is actually a scenario when Club Brugge could get through this group. However, that would require us playing quite poorly, although they are playing a midfield 3, which is what Bayern did against us at one point in the first half, and it did quite well against us, so let's not count our chickens yet. I mean, I'm on level with you. I'm more concerned about getting our... it's hit the post. More concerned about getting our Champions League draw for after Christmas, because we get to go against the second place side and hope that they're going to be crap. But when you look at who those teams are right now, it could be PSG for all I know, as they are currently second in their group behind Arsenal. So it could be anybody. Where's the ball? There's the ball! And Valencia's missed the target. He was trash against FC Copenhagen. He is still hit and miss, but he is hitting a bit more than he's been missing lately, and he's managed to put himself top scorer, which really does say something about his development, as Carlson's shot is well blocked now. Just looking for that pass for Terry Cloty. That's what we're always looking for, and there it is. Can he put this on Carlson's head? Whips it in. Carlson's there, and it's a good save. I mean, this has just been a woeful game of football so far. Neither side really all that bothered, honestly, it seems. You think they would be more bothered. Pops inside for Breda instead. We're trying to be overplaying it a little bit again. Cloty, just get half a yard and pop this in. There we go. That's more like it. Breda! Oh, that's some effort. Petter Breda, bottom corner. Brugge 0. Suriuska 1, and it's Petter Breda. We could get 15 points in this group. That's astonishing. Could even find Terry Cloty. Oh, Terry, finish it. Oh, he scored! Terry Cloty makes it 2-0 to Suriuska. That's just things you love to see. The space he was in makes me wonder if he is actually slightly offside on that one, but he's not, and it's awarded. Come on, Terry. He doesn't get many, but it is nice to see him score one like that when he was so composed, as well as Carlson now heads one. What's happening? It's 3-0 to Suriuska. The second half has just exploded for us. I turned off one of the box, and we just seem to have gone off the leash. They can't track him. He's just free reign. Fires it in, and Carlson's there, and it's well blocked. I mean, in the end, this has turned out exactly how we hoped for. It's just weird how much better we got in the second half of this game, but it is going to be Club Brugge 0, Suriuska 3, and we are through as champions as we knew, but still, that is just a really strong performance. That second half really kicked on for us there with Breda, Cloty, and Carlson. In that 5-minute spell, we just blew them out the water. Just turning off work ball into the box, I think, broke through that midfield a little bit more, and we were just going for it then. Great result, though. Really good. Well, Youth Intake Preview looks promising. Lots and lots and lots of A's. How the hell is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 A rated, 7 if you count that, 8, 9 if you count that, and it's only a good intake? That's surprising, but exciting nevertheless. That's a lot of players. That's like 8 guys that are A rated. Right, draw time. Who could we get? Oh my days. Hang on, sorry. Djurgården won their Champions League group. What the hell's going on there? I didn't see that. Who the hell did they come above? I mean, we can't play Bayern, so it has to be Barca, Dortmund, Juve, PSG, Inter, Milan, or Porto. Of those, I wouldn't mind a bit of Porto. That would be hilarious. Come on. Oh. Our reward for winning our Champions League group is Barcelona, who admittedly finished behind Man United in their group. I don't know if you can see this because of my face cam, but yeah, they finished behind Man United in their group, but that's disappointing. They did take some draws, though, against Ajax and Red Bull Salzburg, so I guess that's possible before losing to Man United. Tromsø came 3rd in their group. Terrible times for them. HJK as well, look at that, finishing above RB Leipzig. But of course, Djurgården there, winning a group that had Milan, Sporting, and Rangers in it. That's extremely impressive from the Swedes. Fair play. So then, yeah, not quite as effective as it was in the last video. I'll be honest with you. The defeat against Bayern, it happens. The draw against Orby, it happens. And I guess it's the defeat against FC Copenhagen happens too. It's just annoying the way that one happened. We really did not need that. That makes this title race that much more tight for next season. I don't think this is done by any means yet. And now we've got to focus on the fact that we've got Barcelona in the Champions League knockouts. I don't think we progress much further than that, but I guess if at least with that we would be able to focus on some other stuff after that. You never know what this team's capable of. We beat Liverpool last season in the Europa League. We beat Bayern on head-to-head. And therefore, it would have been an aggregate victory against them in this season as well. So you never know what we could do against someone like Barcelona. Also, we've got £4 million in transfer budget to spend. Don't we have to spend it, but suddenly, we now have the opportunity to buy players in January too. So this is going to be very exciting. If you have enjoyed this, and I hope you have, drop a like. That would be fabulous. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That'll also be fabulous. Stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so go follow there too. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for transfers, Barcelona, and all sorts of other goodies too. Hold your gun, capybara, bye-bye.